Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about something that is quite different for me. I have definitely gotten a little bit personal in some of my vlogs from time to time, and recently probably more than ever. So I kind of want to get the elephant out of the room, but also talk to you about what's been helping me. And you guys have been so incredibly supportive when it comes to what's been going on. So just to be like 100% upfront, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety and a little bit of depression as well. And it's definitely impacted me in terms of how I'm filming, when I'm filming, and you know, what I actually am doing here. So it has been a little bit of a struggle kind of period for me, and I wanted to come on and talk about how I've been dealing with it in case some of you who are going through similar things would like to know of what's working for me. So many of you guys have reached out and said, you know what, I understand, I deal with this too, or maybe you deal with similar things. A lot of you have come out and been so supportive and really just reassuring me that I'm not alone in this. So I wanted to put it out there. So if you are new or you haven't watched my vlogs and you don't know, anxiety and things like that are something that I deal with all the time. And lately it has become definitely more of a struggle. I kind of personally go through waves of periods where things are great, and those usually outweigh the bad times, and for that I'm really grateful. And then I go through periods like this where my mind just does its own thing, and it just overflows with anxiety and thoughts that I don't want there at all. And all I can do is just kind of like cope with it. So I want to talk about what I'm doing to cope with it. So we're going to talk about one thing that I have very recently incorporated, but I'm super excited about. So I am actually partnering with a brand on today's video, which you guys know occasionally I will do from time to time. I don't usually go into a lot of detail about how those things come about, but it usually is just when I feel like it's a good fit, when it's a product or brand that I actually enjoy talking about or want to recommend. I get offers a lot for various things, and I either don't reply or I politely say no thank you. I've been offered like expensive handbags, but I personally don't believe in real leather and fur and stuff like that. I've been offered a lot of things with brands that I just personally don't want to promote. But this kind of like happened at the right time. So what we're going to talk about is Life Elements CBD Bath Bombs. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I take baths all the time. Usually I use Lush bath bombs, and that's a time for me to kind of like de-stress and relax. And it's very much the time for like me, and it's a self-care thing, as silly as that may seem to some people. A bath for me is like that little bit of escape, and it's relaxation. In the past, I'll get a glass of wine or 2 or 3 and watch some YouTube videos on my iPad. Sometimes I just want to take a bath and lay there, but for the most part I like to have a distraction and the de-stress of the bath, and it's just a good combination for me. Here lately I have been cutting out alcohol out of my regular daily life. So I am doing keto, which for me the control in that has been a little bit helpful as well. But I have not been drinking wine at all. I'm kind of like switching gears when it comes to my baths and what those look like. So I have used one of these. Let me show you what they sent me. So again, these are from Life Elements, and they are vegan CBD bath bombs. So I have already used one. They sent me 3, and I'm so grateful. So these are plant-based CBD bath bombs. Here is the tag. They're just a small bath bomb, but it is the perfect amount for even like my bathtub is pretty large. They are very generous and they work beautifully. So these do contain just full spectrum CBD. They also contain some other items which I'm reading off of because I want to tell you everything perfectly. CBC, CBDA, CBG, and CBGA. I am not an expert in these things, so I'm not going to go into great detail about that, but that basically preserves all the vitamin D, vitamin E, and other nutrients that are actually in these bath bombs. They have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. They also have honey, which kills bacteria. So if you're someone who suffers with maybe like acne on the body, killing that bacteria with something natural like honey is a great way to go. These are also really hydrating for the skin and very comforting. I actually used the one already that was 50 milligrams. And then I also have the 100 milligram and the 200 milligram. So as far as usage goes, these have a very like earthy kind of herbal scent to them. I'm a little bit like sensitive to certain scents, and these are not overpowering overpowering. It's not a scent where I'm like, oh my god, that's in your face kind of fragrance, but they feel amazing. They are right up there with Lush as far as like how nourished your skin feels when you get out of the bath. That's one of the things that's really important to me, and that's why I don't use like cheap bath bombs, because the ones that I've tried, like, they leave your skin feeling either dry or just like it was before, or maybe like a little bit stripped, and I don't like that at all. That's why usually I would always go for Lush, but this just adds like that extra bonus ingredient to it, which is perfect. So they don't have any synthetic fragrances, dyes, perfumes, anything like that. They also have citric acid in it, which is like something I wasn't even thinking about, but that can apparently help lighten dark spots. So if you're someone who spends a lot of time in the sun, that may be good for you to help even the complexion of your skin. It does have grapeseed oil and olive oil in these too, so not only is that anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, but really nourishing for the skin, which I could tell after just that one bath. My skin was just so nourished and comfortable, and it really was like a relaxing experience for me. I haven't used a ton of CBD products in the past. I've used some gummies, and I did have a good experience with that, which is one of the reasons why I thought maybe using these would be a really good experience for me as well. And in addition to all of that, the hemp oil inside of it is not only nourishing for the skin, but if you're someone who is a little bit oilier, or like I mentioned, maybe you have body breakouts, it's very common to have them on the back and arms, places like that. It can actually help balance the oil in your skin. So overall, it just leaves your skin feeling so comfortable and hydrated, but can actually kind of help with so many other issues. Also, it's just a really relaxing experience. But also, if you're on your feet like me all the time, like I work standing up for hours on end, and sometimes you just really need those de-stressing properties. And if you go to their website, which I will of course have linked below for you, there's a laundry list of things that these bath bombs are good for. Not only stress, anxiety, muscle pain, inflammation, and even cramps. So there's so many things that this treats. They're also good for dry skin, acne, eczema, and psoriasis. I do have a mild case of psoriasis as well, which usually when I have a flare-up of anxiety or I'm very stressed, that's when it pops up. So I'll have little patches and I'm like, oh wow, I have a new spot of psoriasis. I must be more stressed out than I think. Or maybe I'm really going through it and it's definitely flaring up more than normal. So yeah, I just felt like my whole body and mind was kind of eased by taking one of these baths. So I really wanted to share them with you guys. They sent me this beautiful package and just some information on it. I'm really grateful, and I will definitely have to repurchase these. I'm going to use the 100 milligram tonight. I will show you putting them into the bath and just my initial thoughts on that, but it's a product that I'm really excited about, and after literally like just one use, I'm sold. Like, I need more in my life. And I can't wait to see the differences between using the 50, which I had like a mild relaxation, but nothing crazy. You're not gonna feel weird or strange using these. It's just like a very calming, relaxing feeling for me. And coupled with the fact that baths were already kind of a relaxation thing for me, this is just like the perfect combination of things. So if you're interested or you have similar issues, go check them out. I will have it linked below so that you can go see all of their information apart from what I've just told you today. I just felt like sharing. That was something that really works for me. So apart from the whole bath bomb thing, I want to mention too just a few things that I'm doing, and maybe you guys are doing similar things, or if you have other ways that you're helping you cope through anxiety and depression or whatever the issue may be, make sure to leave that in the comments below. So many of us are struggling and maybe don't have a lot of people to talk to, or you feel kind of isolated in the fact that, wow, I'm the only person that feels like this, or people don't understand. But I can tell you, I understand, and there are so many people watching who understand as well. So let's be a place where all of us can come and talk about it and talk about ways that we are dealing with it and what's helping and what's not. And you know, I hope my comment section below will be a place for that. So apart from the bath bombs, like I said, a few things that I've been doing to just kind of get through the hardest part of it. Lately I've been waking up, and on my days off, especially when I feel like I need to do so much, but I feel like doing nothing, I like to just go outside and walk around for a few minutes in the sun. I know that may not be a lot, and maybe it's not sunny where you are, but it's just something about going outside and feeling like the liveliness of, you know, the sun's out and nature and all of that. It's just like a de-stressing thing, and it may be only for a few minutes, or maybe you take a long walk. We tend to kind of hide ourselves away when we feel like that, but maybe the best thing would be to get out. In addition to that, I have also been listening to audiobooks. I tend to listen to the same ones over and over, and one of the most comforting ones to me is just listening to all my Harry Potter books on audio. So I have Audible. I've never been sponsored by, nor am I going to like promote them right now, but that has been like a really good distraction for me. I love doing that. And for me, honestly, sometimes I come and I read your comments. I read everything on these videos, and most of it, overwhelmingly large portion of it, is so positive and so helpful and so encouraging. So I just want to say thank you for that. Before I forget and I go on to the next thing, I just wanted to say thank you. I also have been trying to be a little bit more honest with you guys, which opening up about it for me has been helpful. If you don't feel like opening down in the comments below, find someone that you're close to and just tell them what you're going through, because me, even just talking to a camera now, or last week sitting in a car having one of the worst days and talking to you guys, was so helpful and therapeutic. Even though I was still not feeling great afterwards, it helped. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Like that's been really encouraging and inspiring for me, is the feedback that I'm getting and just the overall way that we can talk about this. And I think more people should talk about it. You know, mental health is something that in the past has been very taboo. I feel like we're finally getting to a point where we don't have to hide that part of ourselves, because everybody's going through something. Yes, it may not be as bad as what you're going through, or it may be worse than what you're going through, but we all deal with our own things in our own way, and you'll be surprised how many people around you feel exactly the way that you do. I'm not gonna get upset in this video, I promise. I'm losing my voice right now, so if my voice is cracking, I'm not about to cry, I don't think anyway. But yeah, those have been some of the ways that I've been spending my time. Also, one of the biggest comforts in my life is my cats. It may seem super silly, but sometimes I just want to be at home with them and petting them and cuddling and grabbing the people that I love and giving them a hug. It's, you know, that's therapeutic for us. Like, we all need people around us to do that. So I just wanted to quickly just talk about a few things. I know that this may seem kind of random, especially if you've only watched a few of my videos. You may be like, well, why is this girl going on about all that? And I totally get it. It's definitely not what I set out to do when I made this channel and I started talking about makeup. I thought, oh, it'll just be about makeup and it's gonna be so fun and perfect. But life isn't perfect, you know, things come up and things happen, and we all have those feelings. So I just wanted to put it out there that I understand, I get it. I'm here dealing with that stuff too, and if you guys need a place to vent or to reach out or share, you know, the things that, again, that are working for you, then drop it in the comments below if you're comfortable doing so. I love hearing from you guys, the good, the bad, everything, so make sure to leave it in the comments. I will, of course, have these little guys linked down below, again, from Life Elements. So CBD Bath Bombs, I'll link those in the description box so that if you are interested, you can definitely go and check those out. But I hope you all are doing absolutely amazing. I love you all, and I will see you really soon in my next video. Bye!